everybody. Welcome back to La Lupa Investigates. And I know it's been a long time that I haven't made a video, but I'm here now. And today's topic, it's about a little bit about human cloning, creation, and I would like to talk about other topics that have came to mind as well. But today we are going to talk about this. So, the Matrix movie has been in my mind to watch for a long while, and recently, it was for free. I think on YouTube or some platform, and I said, you know what? It's the time. I'm gonna watch it, and since it's long, I've only seen maybe like about 30 minutes or so, and there is this one scene which I'm gonna share with you right now. Um, there's this one scene in The Matrix that when I saw that scene, a lot of things started coming to my mind. Things in the past and things that are happening recently, that have been happening recently, and things that uh, people have been saying. And so that's what I'm going to share with you.
The Matrix was done, the first Matrix movie came about in 1999, right? Do y'all guys remember this? Let me skip it about right here.
We know for certain is that at some point in the early 21st century, all of mankind was united in celebration. We marveled at our own magnificence as we gave birth to AI,
AI? You mean artificial intelligence?
a singular consciousness that spawned an entire race of machines. We don't know who struck first, us or them, but we know that it was us that scorched the sky. At the time, they were dependent on solar power, and it was believed that they would be unable to survive without an energy source as abundant as the sun. Throughout human history, we have been dependent on machines to survive. Fate, it seems, is not without a sense of irony. The human body generates more bioelectricity than a 120-volt battery and over 25,000 BTUs of body heat. Combined with a form of fusion, the machines had found all the energy they would ever need. There are fields now, endless fields, where human beings are no longer born. We are grown. For the longest time, I wouldn't believe it. And then I saw the fields with my own eyes. Watched them liquefy the dead so they could be fed intravenously to the living. And standing there, facing the pure, horrifying precision, I came to realize the obviousness of the truth.
That scene came out and it just reminded me of so many things that I heard in the past or that I also recently looked at. Who remembers Dolly? Supposedly, Dolly was the first clone, the first animal clone, born in July 5th, 1996. So that came to mind. And then also, I put on the search bar first human clone, and allegedly, the first human clone was created in December 2002. December 2002. Name Eve. Of all names, Eve. Why? Claimed by the organization Clonate. They always want to imitate God. Always. Well, you know who. So then I remember Elon Musk talking about this So Elon Musk, he says it declares existential crisis as he encourages people to make more babies. He says people in the US are not having a lot of babies, right? It says that the birth rates are declining, and it says here that Musk, who is believed to have fathered at least 14 children with at least four women, even reportedly has a secret plan to father a legion of his own children in an attempt to tackle the issue. So he has a secret plan. It's a secret plan to father, a whole bunch of babies. You know, how is he going to do that? Right. So he has a plan. So then this came to mind. This was back in, I think, yeah, 2022 as well as this. Okay. So it says Ectolife, the world's first artificial womb facility. This looks just like the movie. And that's what they say, that it's like something from the Matrix. So the Matrix was done 1999, right? 1999. And this literally looks like what we saw in the Matrix movie. So this guy, it says experts believe the technology is not that far fetched and could become a reality in the future. Al-Ghalili, I don't know how to say his name, believes that the artificial womb facilities could become a reality in 10 years or so if ethical restrictions are removed. Every single feature mentioned in the concept is 100% science based and has already been achieved by scientists and engineers, he said. He says once ethical constraints are relaxed, people can be willing to adopt the technology in the near future. In terms of time frame, it really depends on the ethical guidelines right now. Research on human embryos is not allowed beyond 14 days. After 14 days, embryos must be destroyed due to ethical concerns, the producer said. Oh man, o sea, oh my goodness. Like, this is they're murdering. They're murdering. After 14 days, embryos must be destroyed due to ethical concerns, the producer said. If these ethical restrictions are relaxed, I give it to 10 to 15 years before ectolife becomes widely used everywhere. Man, that's sick. That's sick. Add to that 5 years of public awareness and education to help people become more receptive to the technology. This takes me back in the scriptures where um, the Word of God talks about the love of humankind is going to be cold, right? I mean, we already have what, I don't know if they already have that in the US, maybe somewhere in another country, but I think, um, aren't they allowing people to decide, you know, if they want to kill themselves or with an injection, something like that, right? I need to look that up, but man, I mean, there's people that are already murdering babies, uh, by going to Planned Parenthood or um, they're killing off babies. They're freezing them and then they kill them off. And people's hearts, I'm not saying everybody, but there's people's hearts that are already cold, and they're gonna be willing to do something like this, but um I don't think this can work. I mean, I've heard of people cloning like way back in the day. Like there's some kind of facility where they do this stuff. I mean, I've heard people like celebrities being clones and things like that. I don't know how that works. Um, but this also reminds me of Romans 1. You know, we can start here on verse 18. It says, the wrath of God is being revealed from heaven against all the godlessness and wickedness of people who suppress the truth by their wickedness, since what may be known about God is plain to them, because God has made it plain to them. For since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, his eternal power and divine nature, have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that people are without excuse. For although they knew God, they neither glorified him as God nor gave thanks to him, but their thinking became futile and their foolish hearts were darkened. Although they claimed to be wise, they became fools and exchanged the glory of the immortal God for images made to look like a mortal human being, and birds and animals and reptiles. Like when I'm reading this, um, look like mortal human beings and birds and animals and reptiles. Like a lot of stuff comes to mind. I'm not saying that that's what it is, but it just comes to mind, you know, cloning and X-Men, um, the Terminator, like artificial intelligence mixed with a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I know there was some island, I don't know if it was in New York or something, long time ago. This video was on YouTube, like, you know, years ago. And I remember I had saved it, but then I went back and they deleted that video. But it was gross, like a video. It's like they were doing experiments on animals and humans. Like it was, but um it didn't work. They're testing. But anyways, yeah, I mean, God is the creator and they're playing God, you know, but it's not gonna work, you know. Um, but anyways, yeah, this is something that I wanted to bring to you guys' attention.
Until next time, patient for now.